Hey, good morning, if it's morning for you. So I still have some work to do, guys, but I figured I would do a real quick live stream just because the Dow happens to be down five. Hold on. Got an echo. So because the Dow's down 500 points, we are teetering on a very important support level. If you watched the last video, I said that right here on the G1 chart, that this support level needs to hold. If this support becomes resistance, I think it is very possible we will come down and test this orange ring. And I'll go over this a little later, but ultimately I think if this becomes resistance, we will bounce down this orange ring, and I think it's very possible that we could test at least 20K around the 24th of July. But again, we're teetering right now. So guys, if you're bullish, if you think for some reason Bitcoin has bottomed and it's going to push up, right now is the time to buy. Otherwise, I'm waiting. I think we've tested it so many times. I think it's going to break, especially with the Dow down. We'll look at other markets as well. The bottom left, I have the DXY. We're at support right now, this line here. So it'll be interesting to see if we start pushing back up. Remember, if stocks start coming down, people hedge against markets by jumping into the US dollar. I can't grab the damn thing. Hold on. So we're at support right now. So let's see if this pushes back up. Remember, if the dollar's down, that's bullish for Bitcoin. Dollar up, that's bearish for Bitcoin. And notice on the C1 chart, this red line, it was support. It is now resistance. That is one thing to pay attention to. Your next support level below is going to be down around close to 30,000. Notice we're writing down this ring. I'll show you this red ring in a bit. We've just been bouncing. It was resistance. It was support. Now it's resistance. That is also bearish. The D1 chart, this has been a lot of support. This was support. It got broke. This became support. Now it's resistance. Also bearish. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when markets open. And let me put this back up. So currently we have 20 minutes, 29 seconds for the markets open, and the Dow is continuing down. I hope you're not calling me an expert. Look, I just show you what's in the damn charts. I came up with a method to just kind of help you guys know where your support. It's just no more than a trend line, but using fib channels. I just try to help you find out where your support resistance levels are and what to pay attention to know if, hey, we might have a friggin' drop, or if it's time to buy to push up. And we're right on the cusp of finding out. And that is the purpose of this stream. And I do have work to do today, so this won't be a long live stream. Just want to see what happens when markets open. We're going to cover a few charts. And guys, if you do want to access these charts, let me open a window here. Hold on. The website is opticalartcrypto.com. And if you would like to access all of these charts, altcoins and bitcoins, precious metals, Discord, and my Twitter, which is private, it's $39 a month. You can go here. XRP, there is an XRP chart, but it is not updated. I think it's still accurate. As soon as I get done with this damn project, then I can get back to making charts. I updated Theta, updated Ethereum. So if you're subscribing for altcoin charts, maybe you want to wait. But if you want to be kept updated with Bitcoin, then go ahead and sign up, because I always keep the Bitcoin charts updated. And if you're interested in lifetime, or you have any questions, and also if you do subscribe and you want to get access to our Discord and my Twitter, you have to contact me through the contact page, guys. So make sure you go there after you sign up. Send me an email, say I just signed up. Send me the Discord invite link, and I just followed you on Twitter. I'll send you my Twitter handle. So guys, something's about to happen. I mean, either, again, I'm telling you, this is very important. Either we push up from here, or we are coming down much, much lower. That green line right here, this is, that again, I told you this is one of the most important support levels in Bitcoin. If we break this and it becomes resistance, guys, we're going to bounce down this damn orange ring. Ultimately headed to this target right here. Good morning, Buck. Morning, Crypto Clueless. I see a lot of people from Discord in here. Bat. OptiArt. Hey, it could go lower than 20K, but I do think you'll definitely get a bounce there. Not only because it's a major support level, because it's also our previous high in 2017. I see a lot of comments of people saying there's no way that we can test our previous high, because we've never done that in Bitcoin's history, where it comes down and tests the previous high. Anything's possible. I just know that's the support level to watch. and it's the next one below our current support that we're holding at right now. I'm not buying this. Normally I would buy because that is an important support level, but since we tested it so much and seeing the Dow down 519 points and seeing the dollar continue to push up and to talk about, I don't know why people think, because even if the markets, we don't know if the stock market's going to crash tonight. We might just have a correction that pushes back up. Hell, by the time markets open, they might be back at zero. But people think for some reason if the markets tank or correct, well, I think a lot of people know we're in a bubble and they're expecting a stock market crash. But everybody's saying it's going to be inflation. The dollar's going to continue down. That's not how it works. If you look at past crashes, every time we crash, the dollar pushes up. And Bitcoin's a hedge against the U.S. dollar. If you go back and look, if you compare the DXY, which is the U.S. dollar, with Bitcoin, every time the U.S. dollar starts dropping, Bitcoin pushes up. When the U.S. dollar starts pushing up, Bitcoin starts dropping. And if markets are crashing, COVID, the dot-com bubble, the housing bubble, every time the stock market crashed, the dollar pushed up. So it would be deflation, and deflation's bad for Bitcoin. So yeah, I'm bearish on Bitcoin right now. So yeah, I'm not going to buy that support, even though if you want to gamble and take a risk, that is where you buy. If we break 20,000, I will tell you yes. I think if we break 20,000, if that support breaks, which is a pretty good drop, then yes, your ultimate target would be the 200-week moving average and the 300-week moving average. Well, welcome LSU 7049. But could you please do a chart for? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a chart for that. I have enough charts I need to update just currently on the website. Altcoin wise, we're not at, well, look, yeah, we're at resistance on these charts. These is cycling through. The D1 chart, this is resistance, that's bearish. The F1 chart, resistance, that's bearish. The C1 chart, this is a very important support level. It just got broken. That means we potentially have more downside. Markets are coming down. We are at key support on the G1 chart. If you go back and watch that last video, this is a very important support level. We are teetering on it right now. If we got a wick below it, we push back up above it. Let me zoom in on this a bit. If this becomes resistance, that's what I'm saying. If this becomes resistance, then we're ultimately headed down to come down and test, and that's one hell of a friggin' drop. Just if we come down here, that is a total drop of what, roughly 20%. And I'm saying that it's possible that by July 24th, if things continue the way they are, we can have a drop all the way down to fucking arrows. Let's see. That would be a drop of 40%, which isn't unheard of. If it looks like a bear market to me, we'll see. But that's 90%. That's probably a little bit more than previously. I think we dropped 85% in bear markets. Is going up. Go check bullish divergence. Hey, your channel? Hey, that's great. That's why I'm saying if you're bullish, we are at very, very key support. Good morning, McDoodle. So buy. If you're bullish, buy. Just set your stop loss below. I mean, I can't be more clear. We're at very key support according to my G1 chart. We've tested the hell out of it. We stayed above it. If we continue above it, there's no reason to think we can't go higher. But just take into account, the Dow's coming down. Other markets might be coming down as well. The U.S. dollar is coming down. If we hold support, this is our next support level below right here, 92.18. If we catch support here and start pushing back up, that's bearish for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin just barely holding that support. Yeah, I don't think it can go to 20 bucks. I don't see that happening. See, if the yellow ring ETH is approaching, has been respected so well, caught the top and with serious resistance on the 15, looks like we catch a bounce. I'll load that chart up and we'll look at that ring. But yeah, if you see bullish divergence and you want to chance it, I'm telling you, right now is the time to buy, guys. Right now. But I'm not telling you to buy. This is not financial advice, because if we break that support, we're coming way the hell down. So practice some risk management and set a damn stop loss. I'm very curious to see how far the Dow comes down. If and this would be your support, You know, I told people, I think it was in Discord, someone asked about the Dow. I said, look, a good point to short would be this. We didn't even make it up to this resistance. This is the 10th. Well, actually, I was calling for when we hit this apex for it to drop. We pushed back up. This ring became support. So it's very likely if we come down, pay attention to what I'm saying, all right, for the Dow. If we come down and we are above this orange ring, that might be a point too long. If we get below this orange ring and markets open, then you probably want to short the Dow. Yeah, again, and this damn client keeps calling me. I was supposed to just add one thing to the end of an animation, and he said, you know what, instead of doing 1 day's worth of work, I have 2 weeks of worth of work for you to do in 4 days. So I have to work my ass off until Sunday to get this shit done. When it gets done, I already started on the charts. I will finish the rest of the charts. Someone wants to pay for AMC and GameStop, so that will be under the stock section. Guys, you just have to bear with me. Life happens. I got to pick up my car. I had to put a new transmission in it. I got to get that today. I got to work on my project today. I'm just doing this live stream because, guys, it looks like we could have a drop pretty soon and markets are coming down. So bear with me, guys, or bull with me, whichever. Whatever team you're playing for. But yes, I will make a chart for AMC and GameStop. All right. As you know, I'm always refreshing my coffee, guys. We got 11 minutes and 6 seconds until the markets open. At least for, yeah, well, all the markets open here at the U.S. in 11 minutes. I want to see what happens with the Dow. I want it to just tank. No problem, Bat. I enjoy these. I wish I could do them every single day. As soon as I get caught up, I promise you I will. I love doing these live streams. Hey, I'm not in right now, so hey, whatever happens, happens. Obviously, if it just starts pushing up, I'd prefer that not to happen. But I'm telling you guys, that G1 chart, we'll go over it after markets open and we see what happens. But listen, if we do drop, I'm just telling you, your next support level below, if we had a straight drop, 29,795, it looks like 30,000 at next point to catch a bounce. And that's right on par with this chart. Let me turn off the cycle thing. That is right on par with this chart here. Right here, 29,799, 27,791, 29,900. So that is your next support level if we have a drop right friggin' here. Just for a bounce. But once we hit this point, guys, again, once we get that low, that's it. I mean, we're coming down. I don't think it's going to get saved. I know a lot of people say, oh, it might drop down to 28,000. I think once we drop down this low, you know, we might get a bounce. That's what we do. We swing trade. But once we're this low, then we're below this support level, which is a key support level. That becomes resistance. Guys, we're coming way the hell down here. According to me, according to my charts, I'm not your financial advisor. I don't have a crystal ball. Kind of close to a crystal ball. G1 has been damn accurate. I mean, I have a published version of this chart. I wish I published it with this orange ring, but I do have another published chart with this orange ring, so how accurate it was. And I did cover this. What I told you was this orange ring. This is a fib channel, right? So you notice this fib channel line right here? We made contact when this orange ring intersected it. We started coming down this ring. When we made contact with the next support level was when we intersected this ring, right? When we made contact with the next support level, you know, we almost touched it. When we actually made contact, it was right here when we made contact where this ring intersected it. So that's why I'm saying if this becomes resistance, if 32,600 becomes resistance, looks like we're breaking it now. If it becomes resistance, if every time we hit a support level, on this G1 chart, macro chart, on the daily, every time we make contact with the support level when we intersect an orange ring, does it not make sense that we would make contact with this next support level when we intersect this orange ring? Not to mention, this is our previous all-time high in 2017. There's so much friggin' confluence there. I don't see how you could ignore it, and I'm not. So let me put the Dow back up. Let's see what's happened. Let's see what happens with the Dow. I'm gonna refresh my coffee, guys. All right, 6 minutes. I'll be back in 3. Okay, I normally don't ask this, but guys, there's like 270, 80 people in here. If you want to hit the like button for me, it would help me out. If you want to show your support for these streams, just take a second, hit the like button. Helps the algos, as every other YouTuber says. It's true. And before I go back outside, do you guys think that we're about to break 32,600 and come down much lower, or do you think it's going to hold and we're going to push up? All right, guys, markets are open. Let's see what happens here. All right, dollar's coming down. I don't respond to anybody that calls me Circle Boy. You have to rewrite that. But again, let me tell you, the D1 chart bearish, C1 chart bearish, F1 chart. Again, this ring. Let me load up this chart. I'll show you this ring. Actually, I have to finish something. Hold on. Just give me a few minutes. Just watch this play out. Look right here. This is important, guys. See this ring down here? This ring right here on the Dow Jones. Right here at, and this is what I'm saying. Look, if we hold support, look, we keep respecting this damn ring. We drop right to it. Literally to the tick. Look at that. To the damn tick. How accurate is that shit? It hit it and pushed up. If we stay above this, you would long as soon as we get below. If we get below here and this becomes resistance, this fucker's coming way down. To the tickety top. That's how we roll. And look, just give me 1 second, all right? Or actually, give me 2 minutes. And then I'm going to show you this red ring. I think it's very possible, guys, that we could ride down this red ring as support and resistance. At least do 31,300 if we break that. But I'll show you how well we respected this red ring. I mean, you could short at the ring. We did push up. We broke above resistance. We got a little pump. We came back down. But look, the same thing played out back here. This previous red ring, look what happened. Came up as resistance. We pushed above, we got a pump, then dropped below it, it became resistance, and we got a pump to resistance. So again, I'll show you this red ring, this red fib circle in its entirety, but I think it's very possible we're going to ride down this red ring to our first support level. Again, that's 31,300. So if we do come to that point, let's see if we catch a bounce, and that will be right here. No kitty, it's too early for greenies. Let me zoom in on this a bit. All right, let me put this on rotation. All right, we are getting below this support. This is not looking bullish, guys. This is looking bearish as shit. I told you we might come down and hit that orange ring. I'll make sure it's right there. Keep in mind though, this white trend line. If you have access to the chart, we have respected this. It did not become support. We almost hit it. So this would be a support level to watch too, which would be this white line. But let's see what happens here. And we are coming down, which is interesting. Dollar's coming down as well. All right, just dropping. Shut up, kitty. All right, yeah, I will load up some altcoin charts. We'll look at the ones that are updated and not updated. So if you guys think about signing up, at least you know what's available. So first of all, let's inspect the F1 chart. I'm gonna load up another copy of it so I can leave this on the screen already. All right, fine, Kitty. Jesus. Here. All right, F1. So if you do have access to the charts, again, guys, if you want to sign up, this is the link right here. And if you do sign up, as soon as you go through, you sign up completely and you're in, just click on Access Charts. You click on the Bitcoin logo, and then you will see a chart with a label that says F1. That is the one I'm loading up now. Let me show you this chart. How I've been respecting this red ring, by the significance of this red ring. So if you'll notice, this red ring, look how well price has respected this red ring. We came up right here. I mean, it goes back. The reason I know it respected it to the right is because it respected it to the left. Notice we pushed up. We got rejected, with support and resistance, pushed up to the next one, came down to support. Found support here, pushed up, got rejected 1, 2, 3 times. And then remember the stream I did? I said, hey guys, as soon as we make contact, actually, well look, we came down, we found support, it was resistance, 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 became support. Remember, this is where I said short right here. And if you did that short, how much in profit were you? That was a 30.5% drop. I told you as soon as you make contact, this is where I said short 41K. As soon as we made contact with that red ring, we pushed up just a bit and we came down ever since. How many took that short at that red ring? Well, I hope a lot of you did take advantage of it. That's the purpose of rings. It tells you something that other people don't know. You could draw trend lines, but these rings are just amazing and no one can get out. But you will notice that we did push above it a bit, but we seem to be riding down it now. Notice we hit it. If you zoom in on it, you can see it was support. This is how well we're respecting this ring. Support, support, pushed up. Now it is resistance, guys. So your next target to catch a bounce is right here, 31,300 to the tick. Watch it happen. That doesn't mean it has to hold. It just means that's your next support level to watch, 31,300. All right, let's see here. Let's look at, now I want to show you the G1 chart, guys. I'm going to do the quick version of this because I did cover this in the previous video. I just want to show you why that G1 chart and that support level is so important. For people that are new, they're like, what the hell are these charts? There's just too much on them. Obviously, you got so many lines, it's going to hit a line eventually. Well, actually, it hits my lines and bounces and hits my lines and drops. So there's got to be something to that. So let me just zoom out. I'm on the daily already. What is this? All right, hold on. Let me get rid of these moving averages. Don't need this. Let's just delete them. All right. And again, these, and this is what I was saying. This right here, you see these ghosted bars right here? This is our previous bull run. Just coincidentally, when I match everything up, that gives us this peak where I said it was possible to hit 322,000 on the 20th of December. I think that's very unlikely, but keep in mind, it is possible. I did not scale these bars. These bars were not scaled. They were just copied. So if this holds, take note where these bars come down. Right to this friggin' line. So if this did hold and push up, that's what I'm saying. We could come back up, right? We would break above the 21-week moving average, which is right here. Actually, I just deleted it, but the 21-week is right here. This is that's the 20-week. But the 21-week is about right here right now. If we come up above that, I mean, hey, we could follow it up, but I don't think that's going to happen. But this is what I was trying to show you. You can see how well we're respecting all of these lines. All right, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go through again. I'll just show you back here. You can see how we're respecting all these support and resistance levels, right? You see this one right here, this is the one that would be white. This is the top. We've been respecting all of these, especially the blue one. The blue one is where I say we're going to drop to. Notice how well we've been respecting it as support and resistance. This line right here, as I move, look how well we respect that line. It always becomes support and resistance. Support and resistance, support and resistance. And then we came down. Look where it was support again. It is a very important support level. And then we came down, it was support again, right? And then it was support, and then we broke it and we dropped and we bottomed right here. And right now, look, it was more support and resistance. Support, resistance. So guys, if this breaks, that is your next support level below this line right here. Hold on. That is your next support level. And not only is that your next support level, if we go back to our previous all-time high, look right here. This is 2000 right here, 2017, where we almost hit 20,000. Let's do a horizontal line right here at the tippity top, right? And we come over here. Look where that line intersects, guys. Look at the friggin' confluence right here. You've got our previous all-time high, right? Previous all-time high in 2017. You've got our next major support level, right here around, 19,600. You have our previous high. There's a lot of damn confluence. So if this becomes resistance, come down, bounce, I think it's very possible we could come down and test this target. And that would be on July 24th. That was my last video, my last prediction. I think it's very possible that can happen. We're teetering on that support. Somebody asked about Ethereum. Let me load that up. And look at the Dow. It's breaking below this orange ring. That is very bearish for the Dow. How much is the Dow down now? 476. All right, let's see here. So that's on rotation. All right. Somebody wanted to see Ethereum. Let's check out Theta and Ethereum because those are the charts I updated recently. Let's see how those charts are doing. Let's see, access charts, altcoins. So let's look at Theta. Oh, updated Dogecoin as well. All right, let me give you some price targets for Theta. So you can see how well we're respecting these FIB channel lines. So your current support right now, if you're looking for 0.2 long Theta, your support to watch is right here at $6.13. If that breaks, look, we've been respecting the hell out of this yellow ring. Notice this yellow ring right here was notice it was support, 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 support. We broke it, we came down. It was support, support, came up almost as resistance. So you're respecting the FIB channel lines and you're respecting the FIB channel lines and the ring. So if we break $6.13, look, your resistance above is right here at $6.86. If we break this support level here, right? Where's your next support level? Well, you've got two support levels. You've got the FIB channel line, right? And you have this ring right here. So if we break that and Theta drops, your target is right here at $5 friggin'. It maybe if it pushes back up. Right now it's below it. I have that on the 4 hour. Of course, we can go by the daily, but that is bearish as shit being below that orange ring. That orange ring we have been respecting for quite a while. Now we're back below it. So that does look bearish for the Dow. And look at Theta coming down. Let's see if Theta catches a bounce real quick off of this line. And then we'll load up Ethereum and Doge just because of the two I updated. And then we can look at some other charts and see. Can you take quick looks at standard hex? Or I don't have those charts, so I can't look at them. Just write down those targets, guys. Look, if I'm not going to leave on this chart because it might take a while. But look, if you're expecting to catch a bounce, it'll be right here at $6.15. Let's see if we get it. We're at it right now. Shit, let's just watch it. Let's see how accurate these charts are. Let's zoom in, get up close and personal. But that is your support level. And again, if we push up, your resistance will be right here, $6.89. Notice every time we push up, look, this was resistance, support, resistance, support. I don't know what the hell that is. Doji. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Come down. This is your 0.2 long. Again, this is how you play the charts. You would chance longing here. Obviously, if it breaks, you would want to stop loss, get out. I mean, it could push back up. That's just the name of the game. It stops you out. But again, if we hold this point, it could push back up. But if Bitcoin's dropping, I'd be careful being in any alts because they're going to drop much harder. If we do break this support here at $6.17 for Theta, your ultimate target, guys, is going to be down here around potentially $5. All right, that's Theta. Let's go. Let's see. I haven't looked at Dogecoin. I don't even know why I decided to do that. I was doing them in order on the website. Okay, Dogecoin. Right now we are past. Actually, no, we're right here at the fib channel line. Okay, we might get a move possibly. I did add this ring that wasn't. You got a small pivot here, but notice we're dropping right before this ring right here. So for Dogecoin, if we come down, we could hit that ring. But your next support level for Dogecoin, if we drop, notice this is resistance now. Actually, it looks like it's support. Notice it bounced right off this line. But if this support breaks, your next support level below would be, hold on. And this was a hard one to chart because it was kind of parabolic. So your current support right now is at 20 cents. If that breaks, your next support level below to watch is going to be down around 13 cents. And it'll be interesting. We could cross this. We'll find support, cross it, and then drop. And if we push up, your resistance for Dogecoin is up here around 27 cents. I know that the F1 ring, yeah. And it's what's really cool is that it matched. The targets match. Hold on. I'm using two screens here. This is a little awkward. Yeah, if you'll notice F1, when we hit it and caught a bounce right here, when we found support right here, it was also support right here at the same time. So those were two charts in confluence, but people were asking me on Discord. I said, well, should we buy? Should we expect to catch a bounce? I said you could try it, but I think because we tested this support so many times on the G1 chart that I think it's better to stay out. So if you went short, you're probably doing pretty good right now. As long as you're below this, if we cross this red ring, we could get a slight pump, and then we might come back down and test it as support. But right now, this ring is resistance. So I think we will move down this ring to your next support level. I think by the end of the stream, we'll be at 31,300, and that will be very bearish because we'll be below this major. Now, keep this in mind. Yes, we did get a wick below that green line by 10%, which screwed over a lot of people, I'm sure. But notice what happened. It pushed right back up, meat of the candle, right above support. When we had another one that opened above, it came below a bit. You had a wick down, faking people out, pushed back up. Wick came down perfectly and touched the support. We didn't quite come down to it. Now we're at it right now. We're below it. Again, I do believe if this becomes resistance, guys, we have a lot of downside. Hi Steve, could you please share your prediction after July 24th after we hit the bottom? Is that not enough of a prediction? Just if we do that? Can't we wait till that happens and then I'll give you another prediction? And my prediction is, if that plays out, you probably want to buy there to catch a nice bounce. If that breaks, then you need to load up the 200 weekly moving average and 300 weekly moving average. Let me load up Ethereum. Somebody asked about that. This is a chart I also updated recently. Let's see what that's doing. Okay, so Ethereum, we're coming down to support right now. And all right, so if you look at this chart, I know there's a lot on this chart. It might confuse some people. And you say, well, even though Bitcoin's dropping, I think this is a point to potentially long Ethereum. And you say, well, why the hell would you say that? Especially when you just said when Bitcoin's dropping. Look, it is very possible we could break this support, but notice how well we're respecting this yellow ring? I have them ghosted. Let me turn these rings on so you can see them better. I do that so it's just not overwhelming. And this is the beauty of fib circles, people. This is why fib circles work so well. Notice we topped out at this fib circle here. Came down to support, resistance, resistance, dropped down to this one, came back up, respecting all of these fib circles, right? So it is very possible. Notice where we bottomed on this one. We broke this. We came down to support, resistance, respecting fib channels as well. Came down, found support. We pushed up, respecting these fib channel lines. And look, we're almost at this ring. So this might be a point to catch a quick long on Ethereum. And that target is, again, guys, fib circles are amazing tools. Look, bounce, bounce. We're almost at it. That target would be, and you have a support level here we're testing, which we held. So you could long from that point if it breaks. So look, we tested this twice now. Look, this is on the 3 hour. We've tested this twice. So if this breaks, if you want to chance a quick long right here, this is where you would do it. Again, be cautious if Bitcoin's dropping. But this is where you would long $2,127. If that breaks, the next point you would chance a long, just because we bounced off this yellow ring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and we're about to test it again. If 2,127 breaks, and remember your resistance is now 2,180, you could try a quick long right here around, this would be around $2,074. And then your next support level below to catch a long would be around, oh wow, right at $2,000. Matthew Miller, can you check the, oh my God, you're asking me to do this again every single stream. Can you check out the daily bar pattern from November 19, 2020? I think we're in the same pattern except 2019. Can you just take a damn picture, send it to me, and I'll pop it up? I don't want to copy bars on my charts and move them around. Come on, Matthew, come on. Don't ask me to do stuff. I have bars patterns on the G1 chart that I think helps kind of show what could happen if we push up. But if we break it, you know, it's going to be completely different. I think the 24th of March, we will potentially, if we break support, we'll be at around 20,000. Hi, Vipin. White line below the G1 chart. So guys, these are your support levels and resistance levels for Ethereum, all right? So write them down. Your next resistance level above is right here, 22,900. Sorry. Your current support, 2,127. That breaks, 2,074. If that breaks, around 2,000. Nice even number, and it's a support level. Nice place to catch a bounce. You can see we're respecting this line here as support and resistance. So again, if we drop down to 2,000, you know, I would do a long, quick long. 2,074, I would do long. If you want to be in a long now, this is a point to get into it. We're at support. If it breaks, obviously we can go down much lower. Your resistance, if it comes up, if you want to short, it's 2,180. And if we push up, you got very, very strong resistance around 2,300, around that area. All right, that's Ethereum. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, so you're asking about that ring. Let me load up that G1 chart so I can show you that ring. Let's see here. G1 chart. By the way, guys, if you have access to the charts, the G1 and the E1 chart, Bitcoin dominance. Let's see what Bitcoin dominance is doing right now. This is also available on the website. Bitcoin dominance, we're at resistance. So Bitcoin dominance, notice this ring we've been respecting, right? We topped out right here. This Bitcoin dominance pushed up, topped out at this white ring. This is that same fib circle. Notice it was support. It became resistance. We came down. It's been support, resistance, resistance, support, support. So what happens when support, you know, previous support becomes resistance? So if dominance pushes up to this point, it's going to get rejected, come right back down. This is 45.78. So your next support level below to watch is going to be down here around 40.27. It's a pretty good drop for dominance. That's 12%. Dominance down, Bitcoin down. Dominance up, Bitcoin up. So again, you know, pay attention to Bitcoin dominance. Pay attention to U.S. markets. Pay attention to U.S. dollar. Dominance is pushing up a bit. You can see we are pushing up a bit. Bitcoin's just still teetering on this damn line. But let me show you that G1 chart, and let me show you that white ring, the significance of it. All right, G1. Playing the G1, you can buy yourself a G6. So this ring right here, that is a fib circle. Let me kill all of these moving. Where's the moving average right now? So this is what I was talking about right here. If we do push up, you know, if we fall, if we end up pushing up, your resistance. This is the 21-week moving average. Notice it's coming right to this support level. This support level right here. So if you're bullish and this does hold, which is very possible, it is holding right now. If it does push up, guys, your resistance will be right up here. You've got 2 points of resistance. You've got your major fib channel line we've been respecting since the beginning of Bitcoin, and you got your 21-week moving average, which is right here at $47,818. But if we break it, and this ring, let's see, let me get some stuff off this chart. So I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. All right. So I guess I can remove some fib circles. We can just look at that one fib circle. All right, so this fib circle here would be this one. All right, that fib circle is, all right, the significance of this fib circle right here. And if you watched how I created this chart back in the day when I did create it, let me get rid of these price labels here. So notice right here, and the way I set this up, so yeah, this ring, so if we come down, we're teetering on this ring right now, so this ring could be support right here to push us back up. That's very possible. But yeah, if I move this ring, notice right here, this is back in 2013. Notice how these yellow rings right here, it was resistance, support, 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 became resistance, resistance, support, resistance, push up, next one is resistance, support, support, push up to this one is support. This is all the same fib circle. Resistance, support, resistance, push back up. Notice we pushed up after we crossed this one. That is that same ring. So if I move it, watch this yellow ring back here. That's the same fib circle right there. So we've been respecting this fib circle since the 23rd of November 2019. So there's a lot of significance to that ring. Notice right here, this ring was support and resistance, part of the same fib circle. It was support, support, resistance. We came down, it was resistance, support, broke it, came support. This is the next ring up, it was resistance, it was support, support. So this is the next ring down. So this could hold to push us back up at least to this point. So you got three points of confluence. You got the 21-week moving average. You have this next ring above. You got your resistance level in the 21 weeks. So you got 3 points of confluence right there. But this also, if you'll notice, that same structure, if you'll notice right here, you notice how this is our peak in 2013. You see how we're respecting this ring. The same setup with this one. This is the same thing. Look at this. I have the same fib circle set up a certain way, so it shows you how the similarities. This ring right here, resistance, support, support, resistance, drop below it, became support, resistance, support, support, support. When we bottomed, remember guys, when I called the crash back in February, and then I called the bottom. How did I call the bottom? Because I had this fib circle right here. That's how we were able to call the bottom. It dropped right to the next ring. That's what happens. When you break a ring, you come down to the next ring. So if we break this ring, well, you have your first support level here on the G1 chart. If that breaks, this is your next target right here. And we're respecting the hell out of all these rings. That's why this damn G1 chart is a freaking roadmap. No matter if we push up or if we drop, you have macro targets to know when to catch a bounce. Matthew Miller, if you're signed up, and not even if you're signed up, just go to my website and then click on the contact page and shoot me an email. And if you want me to show something that you have that you want me to display, hey, I'll pop it up. No big deal. You can contact me there. And guys, if you want to sign up to these charts, this is the link to sign up. For $39 a month, you get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. And you can cancel anytime. Just read down below where it says cancel. Stocks and tutorials are separate. Tutorials teach you my method of charting that I came up with, so you can create charts like this for yourself if you'd like. AE. As soon as as soon as I update the current charts that are out of date, then I will be making another. I will actually already have a tweet for that. I need to go back to that tweet. So let me get rid of this. Buck, here comes what? Guys, I'm really on the fence. I'm really on the fence. I don't know if this is going to break or push up. I just know that as long as this holds, this could be the bottom. But if and when it breaks, that's when you guys need to pay attention. When it becomes resistance. Right now, it seems to be holding. So again, I don't want to give financial advice. I don't want people to lose money. I'm just saying, as long as that holds, you know, be in with the stop loss at least below this white ring. We know the significance of it. So, and I think I said this in the last video, if you want to be in, you need to be in now and have your stop around 31,500 to play it safe, because you do get these wicks down below and it pushes back up. Remember, daily candles, they can come down and push right back above. That's what it's already done now. But if this holds, guys, you know, we could push up much higher. I know you aren't expecting me to say something bullish, but guys, that's how it is. If this holds where we're currently at, you know, we can start pushing up from here. But if this becomes resistance, it's game over. Well, that is one hell of, you can tell how much of a support level that is, or how well price has been respecting it. And that chart has been around for a long time. I made that video about a year ago about that chart. So I have the published version of that chart. You can see how well price respected it and just play it out. But it looks like we're playing with this ring. It's like a magnet for price. We're just, you know, resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance, support. We'll probably just ride down this damn ring to 31,300. If we need to break up soon. If we're going to hold support here and push back up, we need to break up above this ring and start coming up to test resistance around 34,368. If that doesn't happen soon, then again, game over. And look, we are holding support on this orange ring. I mean, I'm telling you, this orange ring is one of the rings I helped predict the crash before COVID. And look at that, we wicked below it, and now we're right back above this. That's how powerful these rings are. Yeah, it's holding. So how many of you are in to ride it up? How many of you are like, screw that, I'm going to just wait and see what happens? Because if it does push up, my point is, if we don't break that support, this would be the lowest point you could buy Bitcoin right now. Because as it starts pushing up, price is going to get higher and higher. So if you wanted to chance it, at least it's a safer play because we're at a key support level. So if it pushes up from now, you bought at the lowest point. If it breaks it, you get out, and then you're ready to ride it down. Again, I told you ETH was at support. Yeah, well, we'll see. Let me put this back on rotation. But keep in mind, write down these numbers, all right? If you have access to the charts, you know, I keep you updated with charts to pay attention to. The labels are on the charts. Your key resistance right now our resistance is here. If we get above 32,677, before you get bullish, we have to get above 32,964. This ring is just something we'll kind of either move down or we're going to pump and push up. But keep in mind this chart right here. This is also a key resistance level. If you want to get bullish, we have to get above this. And these match. 32,964, 32,942. Before you get bullish, we need to get above that because we could just simply push up and get rejected and then start coming back down. But if we get above this and hold support, then your resistance is now 34,300. Are we going to come back from where? You know, it's possible. They could wick down and stop people out and push back up. Guys, all I'm telling you is that is a key support level. Yes, we did see that we dropped 10% right here. That did happen. We dropped 10% below and then pushed right back up. Then we dropped a total of 5.2%. And currently we have dropped below it a total of what, 1.5%, not that much. So be patient, but again, if you think this is the bottom to push up, you don't have much. I mean, either you're in now, or if it starts pushing up, you're gonna miss out. Dominance is gonna hit resistance soon, according to my chart, and I haven't loaded up the let's check out the CME Futures chart, because there's a fib circle we've been respecting for a while on that. This is the CME Futures chart. This is under BTC related if you have access to the charts. Where I see right here. This is created on February 14th, 2020. Alright, so, and you can see I haven't updated these price labels on this. So right here, look, we came up, we got rejected. Look how well we're respecting these rings, all right? We actually topped out. Another example of these rings. Look at this yellow ring and white ring. We pushed up to the white ring, got rejected. Came up to the yellow ring, got rejected. The white ring was support, support, support. We pushed up, got rejected here. Then we got pumped to this white ring. White ring rejected, became support. Support on the yellow ring, support on the yellow ring. Topped out at the yellow ring. These rings were here before we topped out. Notice what happened. We came down as support, resistance at the white ring, dropped down to this ring. This ring became support, resistance, support on the yellow ring, resistance, support, resistance, support. Now we're getting rejected at this yellow ring. Well, where's your next support level on the CME Futures chart, since we can't get above that yellow ring? Well, how about that? Right down here at 29,000. So it is very likely the CME Futures is going to head down to this point. Your support at CME Futures 29,000, and your resistance is 34,640. And you have a gap. To fill that gap is down here at 23,660, and you have a gap down here at 18,090. And how about that? If we did drop down on the 24th, now that would be one hell of a wick down below that point, but that does happen. So if we did come down, this chart right here, the G1 chart, if we did come down and we tested this, right, around 19,534, that would be a wick down below by 1,000 points. Well, 1,500 points. That happens. But these are significant gaps. I don't know if they're still in play. I don't know if it matters, but they're there. Yeah, I don't. There might be some other gaps. These are just the biggest gaps that I've seen. But notice how price goes out of its way to fill these gaps, like right here. You know, it wicks down and you get a wick up to fill the gap. I mean, for smaller gaps, price seems to go out of its way to fill them. I mean, I see that all the time. But those are two significant gaps. And again, I'm just telling you, we're respecting these rings. And it looks like the CME is coming down to at least 28,850, which is pretty much on par with this ring. You know, if we had a straight drop, well, that's 26,474. If we had a straight drop, that's 29,000. So this is on the daily. But do pay attention to the CME Futures chart. We have been respecting the hell out of this chart. Let me refresh this and move those price labels. Alright, so the CME Futures chart has been updated. Just hit refresh. And we have a ring right below this gap. 17,430. But that would fill the biggest gaps. The next gap down below is around 10,000. That would be making contact with the 300 weekly moving average. Well, my prediction was, you know, based on this chart here, my prediction was that as soon as we break, and that's why I was saying, you know, back here, it was saying if they didn't release a stimulus package, as soon as we broke, if we were underneath this orange ring, see how long we stayed above and below this orange ring. Then we broke this support level, which is important support. We did find support here, pushed back up. I was saying if they did not release a stimulus package before this apex, I thought we would have a crash. Well, they released a stimulus package. We pushed ever since. Notice we got rejected at this blue ring. Came back up, pushed above it. So this is the next apex at the next orange ring. Notice this orange ring. Yes, we did push above it. We topped out at this fib channel line here. But notice it came down to support. And then we came down to support on this blue ring. When you respect a ring below, you respect a ring above. Notice we rode right down this ring. It became support, support, support again. We pushed up as resistance. The orange ring was resistance, resistance, resistance. It flipped out support, 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 support. We broke it, came down. When we opened above as support, support, support. It's currently support. So as long as we're above this point, be bullish on the Dow. As soon as this becomes resistance, this is when you want to short the Dow. Right now you can chance longing it, but I would wait until the next. If the candle comes below and closes by the end of the day, and we're below this point, then I would think this would become resistance to come down. So we're teetering on either being support or resistance right now. We're at a key support level. Let me refresh this chart. Richie says you will lose on a short. Maybe. I think there's more people that are bullish right now for some reason. No stock exchange collapse caused no one on earth once a week. What? Oh, World War III? What are you talking about? Steve, really appreciate live streams. Thank you, Tim. Mass asset liquidation if any high leverage market crashes. Target Vision says, Steve, I believe Elon's discussion on the July 21st going to impact Bitcoin even further. What do you think? I don't care or listen to anything Elon says. I don't really give a crap what he says. Could you please help me with possible resistance support levels? I missed it. They're right there on the screen. Just look at them. Your major support and resistance levels are on the screen right now. I'm showing them. And I'm telling you right now, this is what you need to pay attention to. If you're swing trading, yeah, use A1, B1, C1, F1, D1. But if you're in this for the long haul, guys, if you're in this for the long game, all right? If you're in this because you want to hodl, pay attention to this support right here. If this becomes resistance, we are coming way the hell down. If we hold 32,600 and we stay above this, we could push up to potentially right here. This should target above. This is the point you'll get rejected, 47,922. And if this breaks, my buy-ins when we make contact with this orange ring, because we've been respecting this orange ring for a while. I don't know. I don't know about all this China and U.S. They talk a lot of crap. Nothing ever happens. It's just posturing. The DXY is coming down. It's almost at support. So if we push back up, if we hold support on the DXY right here, and we're right at it, if we hold support and push back up, that's going to be bearish for markets. And all that means is if the dollar starts pushing up, why is it pushing up? Because people are jumping out of markets and they're jumping into the US dollar. Raphael, are you in? Is that why you don't want to crash? If you're out, then you would want to crash. That's the thing that sucks. The question is, do you hop in now and hope it pushes up? Or you hop in now and you break that support? But again, if you are looking for the ideal time to buy, because if you are bullish and you think there's any chance this pushes up, this is the lowest point you can buy right now. right frigging now, right here. I've been talking about 32,600 in the last 3 videos. So buy if you're willing. I don't know how much you buy. If you're buying 1 Bitcoin, and you set your stop at, if you buy now, you're buying at 32,629. If we come down, I'm telling you, have your stop around 31,500. As long as we stay above that, you could get a wick down, could stop you out, push right back up. But I think if we come down and this becomes resistance, we're coming down much further. But again, if this holds, this could be the bottom, to push up, put in our peak. And I do believe that we will have our peak in December. It's every 4 years on a damn December. If you go back and look at the history of Bitcoin, every 4 years on a December, we have our peak. So the question is, do we hold support at 32,600, start pushing up from here, put in our peak, wherever we're going to go, 70, 80,000, 100,000 in December, which I do think we could have our peak then? Or do we come down and do we test 19,500, 19,600 area, and then start pushing up to put in our peak? That's what I'm waiting to see. And I've showed you the significance of this line, and this line has held. I've been talking about this line ever since we hit it the first time back here on June 21st. Target vision, making it for long term. Should I invest 19,000 or 50,000 or even lower than that? I'm not your financial advisor. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. And if you do put in 19,000 or how much ever you put in, just set a stop loss. So if it drops down a certain amount, learn how to use a stop loss on your exchange. So if it drops down to a certain point, how much are you willing to lose to stay in? That's what you have to ask yourself. You mean bull run peak or just strong pump? No, I mean literally. If you go back, I have to load this chart again. So let me show you why I think the peak will be in December. Let me load this chart up. All right, G1 chart. And G1 chart is the peak of the bull run 2.0 chart. So this is why I think we'll have our peak. Now, how low we go before we put in our peak, we'll have to see. But the reason I say this, if we zoom out, look at the bigger picture here. Let me kill these moving averages because it's distracting. There's so much on this chart, I know. But if you'll notice, look at where these peaks are, right? This peak, back on. This is where we had our peak at, if only we bought Bitcoin at $1,160, right? So we had our peak here around 1,100 and something on, guess what month? December. This was 2013. All right, we had our peak here at almost 20,000. Guess when that was? The 14th of December. Okay, well, you come over here, your next point for a peak, according to this chart that I made that's been damn accurate since I created it. I do not, hey, anything is possible. I know Citibank said potentially we could hit 300,000. This chart, that price has been respecting every single fib channel line, every single ring. We've right down this orange ring, got rejected this orange ring. If we push up, hey, that is a target that's on this chart. I don't know if it'll play out or not, but I do know that every time we peak is in December, and guess what? It just so happens when you make contact where this ring is and where this fib channel line is, this happens to be the 0.618 based on this chart. So even if we don't come up and test 300,000, if we come up, it's going to be one of these fib channel lines. But this is a December, guys. This is the 28th of December. So yeah, it could be, we could come down, we could hold support here and start pushing up. Then we might actually hit that target. If we come down and we test 19,600 and then start pushing back up, doing something like this, maybe we top out at 80,000. This red line here would be $100,000 to $150,000, but it will be one of these lines. And look how well these bars respect this fib channel line, just copied from our previous bull run. Well, this would be our bear market actually. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, at some point we're going to bottom, and I think we probably will push back up to put in our peak, and one of these fib channel lines will be the top. So, again, you do what you want to do, but I do think it's very possible we will get our peak this December. So, you wait and see if we drop below 32,600. And if we do, then probably the point you want to buy in is around 20,000, or wherever we hold support. If we hold now, then you know what? Buy now and ride this bitch up. It's very possible we could get one more pump, just according to that chart, and because every 4 years in December we peak. So if it plays out like the previous ones, I mean, it's not that many data points to go on, but the chart does show that our potential next peak would be, yeah, it is dumping. And again, if the market closes underneath that ring, and then the next day market open, and we do have Friday, tomorrow is Friday, right? If we stay underneath this orange ring, this could get very bearish. My ultimate downside target, if this is the start of a major correction, I'm looking at potentially the Dow coming down to 30,786. You will get a bounce here temporarily at 32,100. But yeah, that's where I think this might be going. But to me, it looks bearish. But again, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. If you want to buy, this is where you buy. If it drops below, and this becomes resistance, get the hell out. It's no coincidence we had a wick that came down and pushed right back above this point. That's how significant that line is. And trust me, I put a lot of time into this chart. Actually, I have a video of me making that chart. Alright guys, be right back. And again, I have your support and resistance levels to pay attention to right here. Your major resistance right now, I got all these white dots, freaking dots all over my charts. So listen, your resistance, if you get above 32,964, get bullish. You get above 32,942, get bullish. As long as we're below it, then expect some more downside. Your next downside target is going to be 30,000. That's a nice even number, at least for a bounce. And make these big so you can see them. Come on. I mean, those are your support and resistance levels to watch right now. And your next support here, and it's pretty on par, 31,000. And you have a major resistance above. So again, your support levels are here. If you want to, always, these charts, guys, are live. I'm always updating the price labels. I'm updating the Bitcoin charts. I do that, daily, because I'm trading Bitcoin. Altcoins, I update some of those every once in a while. When I get done with this project, I will update all of them. But again, 24/7, you can access any of these charts. Load them up on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, and see the price and know where these support and resistance levels are anytime. If you want to subscribe, there's the link. It's $39 a month. Steve, it makes sense as Bitcoin is copying the orange ring of G1. So I do think, again, I'm just telling you, when we make contact with these support levels, it just so happens every time we make contact with a support level is when this orange ring intersects, which makes me think that if we break this support and this becomes resistance, which looks like that might happen, I do think it is very possible that we will test 20,000 on July 24th. And that is a very specific date I'm giving you. Yeah, F1 is still resistance. I'll zoom in so you can see it up close and personal. Still resistance. We wick above it, come down. And C1, 32,962, very strong resistance. Next support level, roughly, if we drop straight down, 29,778, so you're probably going to catch a bounce around 30K. But again, if we test 30K, then we're already way below this major support level. If it doesn't wick back up, then Bitcoin's in trouble. I think Bitcoin's already in trouble, guys. I think it's just a matter of time. I know all of my videos and all of my live streams, I'm probably one of the most bullish people about Bitcoin, but today I'm having to flip a little bearish, guys. I know that's out of the norm for me, but I think if the charts show that it's bearish, it's just time to flip bearish. Bitcoin is in serious trouble. Prediction 164K. Not until we bottom, guys. If we hold 32,627, maybe we push up to that point. We peak around 80,000. I think the E1 chart is the best one for the top. That called the last top. I'll load that chart up in a minute and show you where we could push up. My bullish prediction, which isn't that friggin' bullish. You know, some people talk about 100,000. I think 80,000 will be the top if we push above our previous high. Everything is in a bubble. The housing market's in a bubble. The stock market's in a bubble. Bitcoin's in a bubble. All the altcoins are in a bubble. Everything is in a bubble. And when this bubble pops, everything as we know it's going to change. And one thing that is going to happen is deflation, not inflation. So stop buying all this crap. These YouTubers, these bullish YouTubers are trying to say, oh, we're going to have a crash and there's going to be inflation. So make sure you put your money in Bitcoin and keep it safe. No. Every time that we have a market crash, Bitcoin dumps twice as hard. And every time the markets dump, the dollar pushes up. The dollar is actually looking bullish. So again, I prefer to be in cash. I will play the bounces. As soon as I take my profit, I jump the hell out. I jump in cash. And remember, the value of the dollar goes up. How much ever money you have in USD, everything else is going to be cheaper because the value of the dollar went up. So buy your Lambo in cash. Dollar to the moon, guys. Dollar to the moon. It's just taking it a while. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to put this back on rotation here. Pay attention to this red ring, guys. You seen this red ring live play out. It's like a magnet to price. And it's moving down. If the arrow of time is sending Bitcoin to the right and we have to follow down this ring, where are we headed? 31,300. Makes sense to me. I know I'm only using the Dow, but take note the Dow is breaking below that orange ring. Take note the DXY is almost support right here, 92.195. If the DXY starts pushing up, where's my mouse? If we start pushing up from this point, that means markets will continue down. The reason for that is because if markets are dropping, they're jumping into the dollar. And that's why the dollar would find support here and push up. I'm not the slightest bullish until if we get back above 32,964, I would buy to ride it up. I'm waiting to see if we get above that point. Again, these two charts, if we get above right here, I'll make this different color so it stands out. We'll make it pinkish. So look, if we get above and hold support 32,942, I might buy with a stop below to see if we continue up. But the pink is what you need to watch. We need to get above. We need to get above this resistance before I get bullish. And if we can't, then we're coming down to at least 30,000, 31,000. Yep, almost at support, guys. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see it on the stream. Hold on. Yeah, almost at support. It might not even make it support. It might push up more. Look at the Dow coming down. Let me put the ticker up, or the Dow's down 516 points. That's a hell of a drop. We'll see. Again, I'm just looking at support resistance. 32,900 is what I'm watching. Get above that, hold support. I'll buy in instead of stop. The significance of 32,600 on the G1 chart. It's a critical support level. If that holds, we can push up. If that breaks, game over. So how many of you guys are in? And again, like I was saying in the chat, all you really need to pay attention to is right here. If we get above 32,964, there's a lot of confluence. I have two charts charted different ways showing that this has been strong support and resistance going back. This red line right here. See how well respected this? Support, resistance, more resistance. We got a little fake out, pushed above it, and now we're below it. So again, the significance of 32,964 is pretty important. If we get above it, you know, if you get above this point, this could be somewhat bullish, but keep this in mind also. This is at a downward angle. This is also on the D1 chart, downward angle. So if you continue sideways under resistance and we cannot get above it, this is a downward trajectory. With the arrow of time, we continue down. If that happens, we will be breaking the support at 32,600. So we have to get above 32,964 before I can get bullish that this will hold. Well, yeah, your first support level to catch a bounce is going to be around 30,000. I got a target of 31,000 and a target of 30,000. I have multiple charts charted different ways. That's what these charts are for. Versus for swing trading. You buy at support, you sell at resistance. I don't use leverage. That's how I trade. I buy at support and sell at resistance. Sometimes I sell too early. Sometimes I buy at support. It doesn't hold. I get out of my trade. But I'm more profitable because I know I have a general idea that I know if price drops to this point, I can buy there. It typically always pushes up the way I set these charts up. I'm confident that when we hit those support levels, it'll push up. So I buy, set my stop loss about 0.5% above. And then if it comes crashing back down, I don't lose my fees. It covers my fees on Coinbase. So to me, I prefer not losing any money. And if I do lose money, I lose a very small amount because if it breaks that support, you know, if it does keep dropping down, if I buy at support, it drops below it by a certain amount, I just go ahead and cut my losses and get the hell out. And then I wait for the next trade. That has been profitable for me. It's been profitable for others, I imagine, that have been playing that way. Whether you're longing or shorting or just buying spot, that is a safer play. I catch falling knives. That is how I trade. People say, don't catch falling knives, you'll get wrecked. Well, I know how far the knife will fall before it sticks in the ground. That is the point of these charts. That is the point of me taking the time to create these charts. Yeah, and where I'm at, there's, I guess, hurricane or tropical storm Emma or something hit Florida. It's going right up the East Coast. I think today around 2 or 4 o'clock. We're going to get some bad weather here. Not looking forward to that, especially working on a project. Hell, a bird lands on a power line around here and the power goes out. Well, I think it's already past Florida, so you're probably fine. It's heading up the East Coast, heading north now. They already made contact with Florida. Supposed to be making contact my area today. Again, I'm looking at it this way. If we get above 32,964, I'll get bullish. I'll buy. I'll set a stop loss below that line, and that means 32,600 will hold. We might push up from here, and hey, our peak will be in December. I do believe our peak will be in December, guys. I do believe that. And you know what? We could drop down as low as 14,000. And then hell, our peak might end up being, you know, halfway back up. Maybe our peak will be testing the 21-week moving average. I just believe wherever we top out will be in December, because that is what that chart shows. That G1 chart shows the next time we have our peak will be in December, like the previous 2 highs we had were in December. And you know what? I'm just curious. When was our peak when we hit 14,000? That was actually in June, the 25th of June. But every peak we've had has been under December, and this chart shows that our next peak will be right here in December. So guys, wherever we're at, you know, pay attention, because if we start pushing up, you know, when you get, you know, towards late December, mid-December, I think wherever we're at, if we come down, and drop down to here and then start pushing back up, whatever happens, if it's the middle of December and we top out here at, 26,000, I'm just giving you, this is an example. Wherever we top out, wherever we're at when we make contact with this yellow line, this is where I'd get the hell out and take my profit. Because that will be the peak, however high we go. And that's according to my charts. My charts could be wrong. But according to my charts, our peak will be in December, if we have a peak. Wherever that might be. But I can tell you this, if we do break 32,623, I will be buying when we make contact with this orange ring. Wherever we make contact, I will buy at this orange ring to catch a bounce. This orange ring has not let me down yet. I don't think it'll let me down again. And the thing is, you don't know when you're going to make contact. If you drop straight down today, it'd be 26,634. If it's out here, it's 24,930. And I do believe if this becomes resistance, 32,600, ultimately I think we are headed right here. There's just too much damn confluence for that not to be the case. So how many of you are in right now because you think that support level on the G1 chart is going to hold and you're ready to ride this up? Or how many are staying out because who knows what the hell is going to happen? Whatever. I never say never. That's one thing I know for sure with Bitcoin. All right. Well, classic jazz piano. I'm glad you're so confident. Holding a short from earlier. Yeah, well, guys, I gave you plenty. You could be holding a short from 65K, or you could be holding a short from 41K. I gave you exact dollar points to short. I said 65K top. It was a top. 41K point to short. Boom, came down. And I'm telling you right now is the point to buy if you're bullish, but if that breaks, get out. So, if you're in, have your stop set below at least this ring. This would be around 31,500. I think that is a safe stop. If you're bullish for this to go up, I think a safe stop probably would be around 31,500. If you drop below that, I think it's already, game over and will probably come up a resistance and then orange ring, here we go. That depends on if we hold support and push up now or if we drop lower. I just know according to that chart, when we peak, it will be, whether we push up higher than our previous all-time high, or, remember, there's a lot of resistance above us at, 47,000, where you got our next resistance level above, and you've got the 21 week. But Steve, we've never tested back all-time high in BTC history. Yeah, I hear everybody saying that. You probably made a comment about it. Because it never happened, it'll never happen. Maybe that's the case. And if you believe that, then go ahead and buy in. Who gives a shit, right? It's going to push up. We're going to the moon. So, buy in. Good luck. But according to my chart, every time we make contact with the support level below, so when it intersects that orange ring, that's what I'm going off of. Nice, Mary. You think it will boom? Vipin, what do you mean boom? Boom sounds bullish. Boom is bullish, bam is bearish. I'm saying yes, if we hit 20K, that would be an ideal point to buy. I will be buying at 20K. I'll be buying every time we hit that orange ring. And ultimately, if we drop below that point, if we're already that low, I think we are headed to that. Even though classic jazz piano Sudoku, which is a crazy friggin' name, even though this person says it's impossible to test our previous all-time high, I think it's very possible. Nice, Francisco. 15%, that's good. And you can see we are pushing up and we're testing it. Now let's see if we get rejected. Let me zoom in right here, all right? Now take note, this came up and hit to the tick. You know, and this hit almost to the tick too. So, you know, if we get above this and this is support, guys, you know, hey, then we can ride this up to your next resistance level. And at the very least, this is how I play it. So if we push up, we come down, we find support, I buy here, hope it holds, it pushes up, I set my stop loss here. And then ride it up. And then I decide if I want to take my profit or stay in. But again, you know, you are finding support here right now. This is your current support right now. 32,650, which is the exact same target right here on the G1 chart. It's not a coincidence, guys. It's just the way these charts are created. I don't think anybody gives you charts to the damn dollar like I do. Now, not every single support and resistance level always holds, but you know, you can clearly see when it hit, it got rejected right to the dollar. I mean, that wick stops right at this line. Thank you, Francisco. I appreciate that. Sarah Moret, if you say that 64,000 was the top of the Elliott wave cycle, I never said that. Then previous lows would not have broken previous high, but now we might be correcting all since BTC inception, so we can go below previous all-time high. I agree. If you're talking about 19,000, if that's what you're referring to. Well, yeah, the F1 chart is great for just because we're moving down this ring. Right now we're above it, but we've had wicks above it. So if let's say if we leave the orbit, if we push above 32,964, we will be leaving the orbit of this ring to potentially come up and test 34,386. That's your next major resistance level on the F1 chart. That's why I say always refer to different charts. If you're at the closest support and resistance levels on the C1 chart, have the C1 chart open. You know that you need to get above this point. This is your current support. You see this is on the 3 hour. You can see the meat of the candle is above this support at 32,633. Same support right here. You can see that we got rejected right here. So again, you would have this chart open, close support and resistance levels. If you start pushing above, you know, your next resistance above is 34,300, and then that also matches this target over here. Hold on. That also matches this target. Just take a breath. Just take a breath. 34,300. So there's a lot of confluence around 34,300. So if you push up above 32,964, the next point to potentially get rejected is right here. And that is where you put in a short. 34,300. I have two charts showing that that is resistance. Actually, 3 charts. This is 34,191. I have 3 charts of confluence. So I would be very, very sure of the fact that if we push above, and you want to do a quick short, if we push above 32,964, and you want a chance to short, I got 3 charts showing me that 34,000 to 34,300 would be a great point to put in a short. Nace1, any reason I couldn't buy the charts with PayPal? Is there another way to buy them? Look, if you want to sign up to the website, go to the website. You have to pay through PayPal. You can actually pay with a credit card through PayPal, even if you don't have a PayPal account. I'm not sure how that works. We'll figure it out. If you want to pay with crypto, you have to pay for lifetime. I'm not doing crypto for 1 month. Sorry. But if you want to access everything, tutorials, stocks, plus Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter for $2.99, and you want to pay with crypto, I'll let you pay with crypto for everything, but not for 1 month. Sorry, I'm not doing it that way. Honestly, Sarah, you mentioned that in the previous live streams talking about 9,645. I think that if we do break the 200 weekly moving average, the 300 weekly moving average is right around that target. I agree. I have a lot of charts with a lot of confluence, like you said previously. Whatever charts you are using or you have, there is a lot of confluence. I have rings there, there's gaps there, and that is close to where the 300 week moving average would be. So yes, I think that would be the lowest we would go, would be 10,000, and yes, we probably would get a wick below. Did Coinbase accept XRP? Did they put XRP back on their thing? If they did, sure. If not, no. But I have other coins I accept, though. DXY is pushing up, guys. Look. Well, it's next candle. Let's see if it comes down. All right, so we got our next 3-hour candle on the C1 and the D1. Let's see if we push above resistance or get rejected. You said why not? Don't know what you're saying why not about. PIJ Knacker01, what are you referring to? Yeah, no problem. You know, I wish I could tell you, Damie, all I can tell you for sure is that if we get above 32,964, get bullish. As long as we're below that, stay bearish. 32,623, as long as we stay above that and we push above 32,964, I'm bullish for more upside. But if we continue to, it looks like this is holding its resistance, these pink price labels. If we stay below this, we're ultimately going to come down much more, right? And if that happens, we will be breaking a key support right here on the G1 chart, and that is bearish. But if we push up above this resistance, then you know it's possible this could be the lowest point we ever see again. But right now we're getting rejected. Market's coming down, the dollar's pushing up. It looks like we could come down much lower. In my opinion, yeah, I think we're coming much lower. I think it's very possible by July 24th we'll be sitting around 20K. So should you stay in your short or get out, Damie? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. That's something you have to decide for yourself. I'm trying to tell you what I see. To me, it looks bearish, but nobody really knows. All I can tell you is what to pay attention to. If you get above a certain point, get bullish. As long as you're above 32,570, we can push up higher. Well, look, 27,000, you know, actually, this would probably be that support level. This, and guys, always draw trend lines. Notice we got a wick here. We got a wick here. We did respect this. So if we came down, you know, if we drop today, your target would be 28,898. And if it's further out here, that'd be around 27,000. You will respect this probably to catch a bounce. So we could come down, do something like this, catch a bounce, maybe push up, come back down. I will buy at this orange ring. If we make contact with this orange ring, I'll buy. All right, trying to be difficult. Here we go. Have a good one, Matthew. God, classic jazz piano is just no matter what happens, bullish, got to go up, can only go up. You shouldn't tell someone not to stay in their short. That's their decision. Just because you think Bitcoin's going to pump doesn't mean it is. I think everybody that's lost money in Bitcoin, those are the ones saying, buy it, it's going to pump, go long. Yeah, and I'm not giving him an answer. I'm giving him price targets to pay attention to. If you push above the certain point, yeah, you might want to get out of your short. Right now, anything can happen. And you're just saying get out of your short just to say it. Of course you did. You want to make that money back you lost. Everybody else does too. I didn't lose any money. You know, I'm not in right now. Whatever happens, happens. If we get above 32,964, I'll buy in. In the meantime, I'm ready for this fucker to come down. I don't use leverage. I buy support, sell at resistance. That's it. I can't get wrecked. There's no way I can get wrecked. And again, guys, for $39 a month, if you would like to access Bitcoin charts, altcoin charts, precious metals, Discord, and my Twitter, which is private, which is basically a guide to play the charts, and you would like to subscribe, this is the link right here. And if you do subscribe, you need to email me. If you send me a Twitter follow request, I will delete it. If you need to get access to the Discord and follow me on Twitter, you need to email me through the contact page. I will verify that you have an active account. If you do, I will send you the Discord invite link. You can join all of us there. A lot of people here. Mary Klein, Buck, quite a few are here from Discord. You know, it's a community. We all help each other out. I don't have Facebook. Just Twitter and Discord. But again, in Discord, everybody creates charts and shares information. And if you have questions about leverage, they share their trades. Pretty cool. We got different channels, or different whatever you call them. If you make a bad trade, we have a support channel where I think people probably just go in there and make fun of others. I'm just kidding. But we do have that channel though. And we got a conspiracy theory channel. It's just whatever, different areas. Most people are in general crypto discussion, talking about, you know, which way Bitcoin's going to go, support resistance levels. People make their own charts, they share the charts, so you get a wealth of knowledge in Discord, and everybody there pays to be there, so it's not just a bunch of people spamming and trying to scam each other. So again, pay attention. We're pushing up to resistance now. This is very important. If we get rejected at 32,964, bearish. We get above and hold support, guys, that is bullish. So the fight is on. The fight is on between 32,964 and 32,600. One's going to win. Let's find out which one. Well, thank you. That's a nice thing to say about Discord, Mary. Yeah, everybody in there takes trading serious. Some people are way more serious than others, but it is good to see different points of view. Someone might have a bearish chart, someone might have a bullish chart, someone might be using moving averages, so if they see certain patterns, whatever they see, they post it in Discord. So at least you're always kept up to date, and they share stuff about other, you know, altcoins as well. I pretty much just, you know, I'll make a post on Twitter. If we're coming up to resistance on a certain chart, I'll make a post on Twitter saying, hey, load up the C1 chart, we're coming up at resistance, or we're at support. And then if the, well, I don't know if you're talking about audio volume or volume in Bitcoin. And then also, you know, I'll make a post in Discord, because a lot of people that don't want to, or don't want to have Twitter. I never wanted to have Twitter, but I didn't have a choice because I had to get my channel back. Twitter actually helped me get my YouTube channel back. When I predicted the crash for the Dow Jones and for Bitcoin last year, about a month before it happened, my channel was taken down. So I got on Twitter, and a bunch of you guys helped me get my channel back. Yeah, a lot of you have some crazy conspiracy theories, that's for sure. At heart, I'm a bear. I think it's just one big freaking Ponzi. I'm sorry. I know that everybody that has a channel is supposed to say nice things about Bitcoin, because all you are in Bitcoin because you want to get rich, but I think it's just a freaking Ponzi. The stock market's a Ponzi. Bitcoin's a Ponzi. I think it's all going to come crashing down. I don't doubt it's possible it might push up a bit, but, you know, people get wrecked. That's the point. If there's more longs than shorts, chances are it's going to crash. If there's more shorts and longs, chances are it's going to push up. Nope. But nice one. Funny. Ha ha ha. Michael Saylor is a moon boy. Well, we'll see what happens with him. Out, but hoping the G1 holds. Hey, it's holding so far, guys. That's why I'm saying if you're bullish and you think this will push up, this is the time to buy. If that becomes resistance, 32,600, I have it at 32,570, but again, if that becomes resistance, we're heading way down. And we're about to test resistance right now. We're right freaking at it. Right at it. So I'll just leave it on this chart here and let's see what happens. Let's see if we get rejected. Let's see if we get rejected right here. Is fiat a Ponzi? Look, you know what? I get it. You know, inflation. Look, the dollar has been coming down ever since it was created. This is true. But if you go back and look at the U.S. dollar, the DXY, the top was 2001. After 9/11 happened, the dollar started coming down. 2008, the dollar bottomed. And ever since 2008, the dollar has been pushing up. So as far as I'm concerned, the dollar is bullish, at least in this cycle. So I think the dollar has much more upside, and I think that's going to be exacerbated when if the markets tank, because people are going to be jumping out of markets into the U.S. dollar, pushing the U.S. dollar up higher. And again, Bitcoin is a hedge against the U.S. dollar. So if the dollar is high, and if you can compare Bitcoin to the U.S. dollar, if you overlay the two charts. When the dollar pushes up, Bitcoin's dropping. I don't know. I'm just waiting. I told you to pay attention to one resistance level and one support level. If you get above resistance, get bullish. If you break support, be bearish. Yeah, Christian, I see these YouTubers all the time talking about inflation. You know, get into Bitcoin, protect your money before everything tanks and crashes. And, Bitcoin will be the only thing to save it because the dollar is going to go to zero and all you're going to have is Bitcoin to save you. It's, again, they're just blowing hopium up your butt and you're buying into this crap. But go ahead. I think that's what it is. It's just a bunch of bullshit. And again, if the markets tank, the dollar will start pushing up. That's called deflation. After the Depression, we had deflation. After the dot-com bubble, we had deflation. The dollar pushed up. After the housing market crashed, the dollar pushed up. During COVID, everything crashed. The dollar started dropping. The first one to recover was the U.S. dollar. Again, deflation. If we have another market crash, deflation, the dollar goes up. Bitcoin goes down. That's why Bitcoin got hit twice as hard. When we had a COVID crash, at least the Dow specifically dropped around 30%. Bitcoin dropped 63%. Bitcoin dropped twice as hard because the U.S. dollar was pushing up while the markets were coming down. Well, there wasn't a black swan event that happened when we dropped from 65K. That was just the top. We came down. There was no market crash or correction then. We just dropped. So imagine if we're at right now 32,000 and the markets drop 30-40%. You would not want to be in Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm bullish on McDonald's coffee. Starbucks is overpriced. I'm bullish on people being stupid. If Bitcoin drops to $600 in a year, should I sell my son to buy Bitcoin? Sure, why not? Do what you need to do. Zombie music. I don't know. I guess there's a time and place. I guess when if it starts crashing, I'll load up that soundtrack. Yeah, guys, I am bearish, but it's pointless saying it. Look, if we get above 32,964, at least get bullish to 34,300. I would put in a short if I was using leverage. I would load up the C1 chart, the D1 chart, F1 chart. All three of those charts, probably could load up some other charts, have confluence there. But your next resistance, if we get above 32,964, and keep in mind, guys, these are the angles. I don't use horizontal lines. You know, this isn't just lines horizontal. This is at an angle. All right. So if you make contact here, it's 34,513. If you make contact here, it's 34,254. But when you make contact, wherever it might be, if we hold support and we push up, this is where you short. I know that we'll get rejected there because this has been support and resistance going way back. So this is where you would short. If this is actually where you would short right now. We're at a very strong support resistance level. So if you wanted a chance to short, now the thing is though, we're getting stuck between resistance and support. So something might happen pretty soon, but I would short resistance, or for me, get out. I would wait until we push above. You know, I don't like to buy pumps because as soon as you buy it, it'll come right back down. I think that's dangerous buying pumps. That's why I like to catch falling knives. So if we push up and come back down and hold support, I would buy here. I just caught my falling knife. It's stuck in the ground, and now we push back up. Then you put in your short here. You come down, you buy here. That is how I trade, and I have been more successful doing that, and I don't lose money. I don't like to lose money. No. If you lose, you lost because you made a bad decision. King Sands, so are you not going to buy it all if it bounces before it? I will buy at 20,000. I will buy when we make contact with that blue line. If we go down that low and we make contact with the blue line, I will buy there. Fiat is paper and an instrument of debt with no collateral backing. Its real owners written on each bill, but worthless than toilet paper. Not saying digital currency is worth more. Either way, that toilet paper goes up in value when markets start correcting. But I told you the last video I did, which was a while ago, it's been over a week, I said when we drop down to 32,600, that is where you buy. That needs to hold, and damn if it's not holding. But I'll give this a little bit longer. I've got stuff I've got to do. We'll see what happens here. Looks like the Dow is holding support on that orange line. The dollar is pushing up. Your resistance right now for the DXY is right here, 92.76. we need to get above that before you can get bullish on the dollar. But guys, we are pushing up. Let's see if we get rejected. We're almost there. Let's see if we can get at least, this is on the 3 hour, this is on the 1 hour. So let's see if we can get above this point and hold support. That will make me somewhat bullish. Tony, G1 chart has been accurate. That is the peak of the bull run chart. All right, so if I was going to chance to short, I mean, it's risky. I'm just saying, you never know, but I would short right now. You've got resistance on the C1 chart. You got resistance on the D1 chart. Obviously, if you push above this, that's bullish. But if you want a chance to short, this is where you do it right now. If you're scalp trading, you would chance to short here, practice some risk management. But this is where you short. I suffer from the normalcy effect when it comes to the ghetto DXY. Why do you hate the dollar so much? Because it goes against your precious Bitcoin. G1 versus conspiracy theories. Okay. Yeah, every single bullish YouTuber, or YouTuber that's bullish about Bitcoin says the same thing. Bitcoin is, the dollar is going to go to zero. The fiat's going to collapse. And these other people talking about the stock market's going to crash and you're going to have inflation. I'm sorry, if the stock market tanks, you're going to get deflation. Keep drinking the Kool-Aid. That's fine. Dollar's going to zero. Bitcoin's going to infinity. Sounds very, very possible. No, I do not crypto Sharknado. Occasionally I'll do, I'll just, and actually I don't do it. I call a friend and I say, hey, buy some options or contracts to do a put on the Dow or to for a call. And he takes care of it. I just call him and say, do it. Well, we're going to find out, Christian. We'll find out soon enough, all right? But again, I think the dollar is bullish, and we do know for a fact when markets correct, the dollar pushes up. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, Christian. G1 versus DCA crypto G1 TKO. Well, again, guys, it's this simple. We break 32,600. If that becomes resistance, very bearish. If we get above 32,900, you know what? Get somewhat bullish for some more upside. Oh, look, toilet paper is pushing up. How about that? I wonder why. Watch out, Steve, or you'll end up like CNBC and you'll make mass content for the rest of your life. Bigger concern is power grid going down. At that point, dollars, Bitcoin means nothing. You know what? When they hacked that oil, that I guess that it was provided gasoline for the East Coast. That actually triggered the markets came down a bit. That affected Bitcoin. We're at resistance, guys. So either you chance a short here, but if you get above that point, it is pushing up a bit. The RSI is almost topped out, but the MACD on the D1 on the hour shows we have some more upside. The 3 hour, I don't know what the MACD is showing on this. Let's see. It could go either way as far as I'm concerned. The RSI looks like it's pushing up. This could angle up, but you can't trust the MACD and the RSI all the time. But again, all I'm just trying to tell you is that if you get above 32,964, get bullish for more upside around 34,000. If we get rejected here, then obviously we're coming down much slower. MT, I think that's very possible, but at least we know what to pay attention to. Yeah, maybe that's good you have paper hands, because some people don't, and they don't take their profit, and all that profit they could have made because they couldn't hit sell or get out of their trade, they lost all of that profit. So it's better to make a little bit here and there than try to risk it all in one trade and not make anything. So probably good you have paper hands. That is correct. A win is a win is a win is a win. Well, let's see. We're testing resistance. Let's see if this gets bullish or bearish. I don't know, but oil sure did. Oil went negative. So if Bitcoin went negative, does that mean you would have to pay someone to take your Bitcoin? How does that work? That gets a little confusing. So if it's negative $200, I give you $200 to take my Bitcoin? That doesn't make any sense. Testing resistance, key resistance, D1, C1. Let's see what happens. We got 2 hours and 34 minutes on the 3-hour C1 chart. We got 34 minutes and 11 seconds on the D1 chart. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yep. All the dips, buying the dips. And then it dips more, and then more dips come in and buy the dips. He bought, dump it. All right, we're going to see what happens in the next 33 minutes and 44 seconds with the 1 hour candle on the D1. Look at the dollar pushing up. It's pushing up above resistance, and we're still holding 32,600. The Dow's at least pushing up from that orange ring. Could push higher, we'll see. What time is it? All right, 11:30, not too bad. Yeah, I haven't been, that's actually another chart I created, guys. So there's two charts I added for Bitcoin. I added a 1 minute chart, which I have in the 3 minute. I haven't loaded this up in a while. Yeah, it needs to be updated. We're way the hell out past. That needs to be updated for sure. But yeah, the H1 chart, and I made a tweet about this. And this is the point of pivot rings. I had made a post about, or a Twitter post about this. I said, pay attention to this ring right here. As soon as we made contact with that ring, we pushed up a total of about 3.35%. And then as soon as we crossed it, pivot, guys, pivot. So we were moving up, right? Moving up. When you cross it, look what happened. Went sideways, hit resistance, support, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. But yeah, this chart's been accurate as well. This is the H1 chart. This is one of my newer charts. We are coming up on a ring. Some of these fib circles I need to get rid of, and I will add more to it. I need to extend these fib channels. But yeah, look how accurate this has been. So right here, your current resistance to potentially get another one showing 32,900. Look, 32,964, 32,900. Another friggin' chart showing 32,900. You clearly see how much support and resistance. This is where you would short right here. If you want a chance to short, 32,960, short right now. Obviously, if it pushes above it, get out of your short. And your current support will be down here at 31,895. But do pay attention when we hit this pivot ring. This will be, if we go sideways from here, that will be in 2 days and 22 hours. If it's further down, 1 day, 22 hours. This is your next pivot ring right here. Here, we'll add this to the mix. There's just so many charts that show that that is resistance. So again, I pay attention to that. Let me put H1 on here so you know which one this is. Let's see if we get above it. And you know what? We'll make it pink. Just for continuity. So that's 1, 2, what, 4 charts? Well, 3 charts at least right now that shows that is strong resistance. And all these charts were charted different ways, guys. Keep that in mind. These charts were all charted different ways, and it shows that your strong resistance is right here at 32,960. 1, 2, and 3. That's right. Short the pink. Hey, not financial advice. I think if it plays out how that orange ring has been playing out, if 32,600 becomes resistance, I think we will ride down that orange ring. I think we'll make contact with the support level below, and according to the time and the price to meet our previous all-time high in 2017, will be around the 21st to the 24th. And look, we're getting rejected on all 3 charts. C1, D1, H1, rejected at the line. 3 charts showing confluence. When you have multiple charts showing us a resistance level, chances are it's probably going to hold. But again, on the flip side, if you've got 3 charts showing that's a lot of resistance and you hold support there, that's bullish. That means you buy when you make contact and you ride it up higher. But so far we're getting rejected, which is bearish, which means we might break 32,600 and it becomes resistance. It's just a guide, But look, we got rejected. H1, D1, C1, coming down. Come on, guys. We've got, what, 388 people in here, and there's like 200 likes. Come on, we can get that up to at least 350 likes, something like that. Come on, hit the likes for me. I'd appreciate it. Show your support for the stream. If you don't want to sign up and you want to support me in at least that way. I should be working right now, by the way, but I'm running the stream for you guys. Telling you where to short and what to pay attention to. And by the way, I did want to point out I am bearish on the markets. I'm just using the Dow right now, but because we're below this yellow trend line right here, even though we're above this orange ring, because we're below this line right here, I think it's very possible. Our top right here, so we've been testing. This was our high at 35,000, and we've been underneath that for the past what, 2 months? Because we're below this yellow line right here, I think that at least the Dow's topped out to start coming down. And if the Dow starts dropping, I imagine the other markets will be topping out soon to come down as well. As soon as we get below this orange ring, I think that's when we start seeing it really come down. But I am bearish on the Dow because we're below this point right here. I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out, but I'm just making you aware. And look, we're getting rejected, guys. You know, pretty much right here. 32,980, 32,900, 32,960. 3 charts, resistance. This is where you short. Thank you, Brian. All right, thank you, Bryce. I appreciate that. Caps lock, I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate the support. I guess with leverage you can. I mean, if it pushes up 10%, you make what? You don't make that much if you're just buying support and resistance, but if you're using leverage, you can make good money, but you can also lose a lot of money. And that's correct. What RJ's saying, if you have multiple charts, charted different ways. From scratch, I created these charts. The C1 chart, the D1 chart, the H1 chart. Completely from scratch, charted different ways using different trend lines the price is respecting. And it just so happens when you add the smaller fib channels, you got 3 charts showing this is resistance. So 2 things are going to happen. We're going to get rejected around 33,000 and come down much lower. Or we're going to hold support there and push up much higher. It's that simple. Harry Turtle, I don't know if you're late to the party or not, but I called the top at 65K. I called the top at 42K before we got to 65K. That was on point. I did say when we hit that orange ring on the E1 chart to get the hell out, we got rejected 65K. We dropped 50%. That was a top. Whether you want to say it's a crash or not a crash, maybe this is just a correction. 50% was a lot for a lot of people. I told people to short at 41,000. We hit that point. We dropped 30% from that point. So say what you want, but the charts are accurate and my calls have been accurate. Yes, I've been calling for a crash for the stock market for a long time. I did not expect it to push up this high. I don't think anyone did. But I'm telling you, when it does happen, you do not want to be in Bitcoin. Yeah, you're right. I've been expecting the Dow to crash, and they kept passing stimulus packages. But you know what? There's no stimulus package. They're talking about one now, some stimulus package for an infrastructure package, something like that, like $6 trillion. You know, that might actually push the Dow up more. It's possible. But I did tell you that, you know, if we stay underneath that yellow ring, I'm bearish on the Dow. I'm just telling you to pay attention. I'm just saying don't just look at Bitcoin. Pay attention to the U.S. markets. If the U.S. markets tank, Bitcoin will tank twice as hard. You're welcome. All right, you know what? It's time to school Mr. Turtle. Let me show you what these charts do. I get it, you know, I was wrong about the Dow, but I was not wrong about Bitcoin. So let me just show you something here. And keep in mind, a published chart can't be edited, can't be changed. Once it's published, it's published. And let me show you how I was able to call the top way in advance. Nobody knew the 65K was the top. But if you followed me, you knew 65K could be the top. Let me find this chart and I'll show you how I was able to predict that. And the only way you could have done it is with a fib circle. All right, this chart right here. Take notes. This chart right here. Turtle, are you still here? So look at this chart. Look at this. This orange ring. Notice this is resistance, resistance, resistance. This is our peak in 2017, $20,000. It was resistance. We pushed up to the next orange ring as resistance, right? This is the orange ring above. Notice respecting the hell out of this red ring. Support, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. This is the orange ring. You see this orange ring up here? And this was published on November 14, 2020 when price was at $16,000, right? You see this orange ring up here? It says 0.236. This ring was here before price got to it. This is a published chart. If I go edit, all I can do is change the title, change the description, change this. I can't do anything else. I cannot edit the chart. The chart was published on November 14, 2020. See this orange ring? Watch where we top out. That was to the friggin' tick. That is what I do. That is why people sign up to the charts, because I show them where to get the hell out. And also called the damn bottom at 30K. So do you understand Harry Turtle or Harry Tuttle, whatever your name is? I'm just going to call you Turtle because it seems you're a little slow. That was to the tick right here, the orange ring. How did I know? Because we're respecting all of these orange rings below. That's how you know. When you set these charts up a certain way, you have a roadmap, you have a cheat sheet, what price is going to do. You hit the red ring. Look, resistance, short. Hit the red ring, resistance, short. When it flipped out support, you buy. That's how I knew we'd come down to this orange ring, to this red ring right here. And look, we're writing right down this white ring right here is this orange ring right here. This orange ring we're respecting, that is this white ring. Notice we came down, perfect support. That's what I'm saying. If we come down, we'll find support on it again. You buy at the ring, it pushes up. You come down, you buy at the ring, it pushes up. Where's your next support level? Well, hey, if this ring we topped out, this ring right here, we got support and resistance. Well, you know what? If we come down, this is support right here, 22,356. Bogdan, again, I don't take this the wrong way. You're stupid. It didn't just hit the line. It hit the line, and it's not a line. It's a ring. It hit the ring and then came down. It didn't hit the ring and keep going up. You're implying that, oh, if you have so many rings and so many lines, it's obviously just gonna hit it. The point is it hit it and it stopped and came down. Do you understand that? It's stupid people. No wonder people lose so much money because, you know, really, there's just so many stupid people out there. They just can't make sense of something that's so simple. I know, Kitty. It's helpless. You can't help them. You can't fix stupid. So show analysis on current chart to show next point on the chart and record. What are you asking me? No, I don't take it personal that people are stupid. People are stupid. That's just the way it is. At least we have two stupid people in here. You tell them, Kitty. That's what I said, Steve. You're cursed. Okay. No, not you, Jason. I'm talking to. Okay, he's talking to somebody else. Correct definition is mentally challenged. I guess that's the polite way to say it. But I don't care. I'll just call him stupid. But so far, again, rejected. Let's see, we got 7 minutes and 14 seconds. The next hour candle on the D1 and the H1. Let's see if it starts coming back down, if that holds its resistance. Again, it's always a gamble. It's always a risk, but at least it's a safer play. We know that we got resistance on 3 charts at 32,980. If you wanted a chance to short here, this is where you would do it. Obviously, you get above, get out of your short. If we hold support there, then we can go much higher. But again, in 6 minutes and 50 seconds, we're going to see if the next hour candle pushes above or drops below. With Godfather Pro, that's awesome. I hope all these charts help you guys out. That's the point. And that's why I keep all the Bitcoin charts updated. I'm a little behind on some of the altcoin charts. I apologize, but you know, I wish my clients would just leave me the hell alone so I can do what I want to do. All right, kitty. But damn. And again, guys, these charts, I mean, you get access to these charts 24/7. Just go to the website and then click on the link. Again, in Twitter and Discord, I keep you updated which charts to load up to pay attention to which support and resistance levels. And when we approach pivot rings, if you do want to subscribe to these charts and you are not already, the link is right here. For $39 a month, you get access to Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. And if you do subscribe, make sure you contact me through the contact page. I will verify your account is active. I will send you the Discord link, and I will send you the Twitter so you can follow me on Twitter. Dude, without upset, you're full when you're arrogant. Bogdan, I just showed you that I called the top at 65K. If you want to call that arrogant or correct, you choose. It does not matter. The point was, it was accurate. I told people to short 41,000 because of a ring. And if you shorted that ring on this chart right here is where I said to short, back here. And you guys were here when this happened. How many of you shorted this ring? I said, guys, and there's a video. Go back and watch previous streams. I said right here. I said when price pushes up and it hits this ring, this is where you want to short, 41,000. And once we hit that point on this ring, we came down a total of 30%. So, you know what? If you can't take advantage of that, if you don't think you can make money off of that to know when to get in and when to get out, I'm sorry, you can call me arrogant if you like, but hey, my calls are correct. And right now we're at resistance. And I'm telling you, if we get above 32,900, get bullish. If we're below, stay bearish. We've got 4 minutes left. Let's see what happens. Let me put this chart back up. Where is the H1 chart? Right here. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Let's see if we get rejected and come down. No, so fib circles is just a tool in TradingView, just like fib retracements. So the first tool I used, the first tool I learned was trend lines. The most important tool you'll ever use, you'll ever learn are trend lines. I teach this in my tutorials. The first tutorial I teach is how I use trend lines. The second tutorial I teach is how to use fib circles, creating them based on trend lines. And then the third tutorial is how I create these charts, which first you have to use trend lines. Then I use fib channels, which are basically just fib retracements at an angle. Use the fib channel, the trend lines to place the fib channels. Then when you get that correct, then you can create fib circles from the fib channels. Those are the 3 tutorials that I have 5 tutorials, only 3 you need to watch. But I show you how to create these charts and why these charts are so accurate. But again, I think all you really need are trend lines. And then you can get, creative with, other tools like fib channels and fib circles. Well, thank you, Grant. It's good to do a live stream. Again, I shouldn't be doing right now. I got to go pick my car up, and I have a project that's due on Sunday, and I've got about 7 days of work to knock out in a short amount of time. I don't know how to say your name. Sedupta Halder. I've learned a lot from you, Steve. Thank you for everything. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Bogdan, let's see. I was referring strictly to the words you use. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I was calling you stupid, and I'm not going to apologize. I think you are stupid. Well, thank you, Laura Ann. Thank you very much. You guys have been really nice, with the exception of Bogdan. Yeah, I had to get a brand new transmission on my car. It's an older car. I decided to keep it, put some work into it, put some money into it, a lot of money into it actually. And it's interesting because I was at the shop, I was talking to the guy. I was like, yeah, go put the money into it. It's practically a brand new car. And the only thing you have to worry about is the engine and the transmission. Sure enough, I start driving it, try to back it in the driveway, transmission's out. So I had to pay, I got to go pay today to pick it up. $4,600 for a brand new transmission. Sucks. So, knock on wood, as long as the engine lasts, the car is like a brand new car. All right, we are testing that resistance on the D1 chart and the H1 chart and the C1 chart. So let's see if we get above it. Yeah, I don't want to get that information now. It's an older car. It's one I had for quite a while. Thank you, John. If I had a Prius and the transmission went out, I would just drive it off a cliff. Just put it in drive and just watch it go over, if it would make it. Just put it in neutral and push it over. No, I wouldn't drive a Prius. Screw it. I'm not worried about the environment or saving money on gas. I like the sound of a big, powerful engine. All right, so we are above it on the D1 chart. H1 still holding its resistance. Let's see what happens, guys. See if we get rejected. Maybe it's a staying. It's possible. I'm not going to say it is or isn't. All right, looks like we might be getting rejected. We got a 2-hour candle that just turned red. We got a 1-hour candle that just turned red, and we're still waiting an hour and 59 minutes for a 3-hour candle on the C1 chart. Yeah, not a Tesla. I tell you what, if you buy a Tesla, and it's going to cost you some money, but if that thing breaks down and you got to fix something small on it, it's going to cost a fortune to fix it. And we got rejected. How about that? Isn't that crazy? Right at a line that just happened to be there before price got there, and we just happened to get rejected right at that line. What are the chances? Why does that happen? Kiana, whatever your name is. So you say you're in a short. At what point would it be good to set stop loss? So again, if you're in a short, I mean anything's possible. It can wake you out. I'm not your financial advisor, but I guess if you want to have a stop, if you're in a short right now, put your stop at 30. Oh, it depends on your exchange. This is Coinbase, so have your stop set at 32,952. To play it safe, 33,000. I'd have my stop probably at 33,000. Yeah, $1.50 knows what's up. That would probably be a safe stop. Let me get rid of these damn dots. again, you know, I love doing these live streams when price respects these, and you can actually see how accurate these charts are. But do not forget also what I'm saying, all right? If at any point we do get above, all right, see that we just pushed up? Someone might have just set a stop at 33, pushed up, stopped them out, and come back down. You got to be careful, guys, seriously. But again, understand what I'm saying. If we get above, you know, be careful when you're shorting because it can push above. What I'm saying is, if we cannot get above this point, this is going to be very bearish. If we do get above and hold support, guys, I am at least bullish up to 34,370. Just want to make sure you understand that. It's a fight between support at 32,600 and resistance to 32,980. It looks like we might push above it. If that's the case, guys, if you're in a short, you might want to consider getting out or give it a little bit of time. Well, I guess everybody knows what I have now. I have a Touch GT Mustang. Okay, so it is pushing up, and I hope it doesn't push up 33,000 and then drop. You gotta be careful with stops. I think what he's trying to say is Roush. And look at it coming back down. Kitty. Kitty. You looking at birds? Okay, well, do what you're doing. Yeah. Yeah, that's my baby. He needed some work. And I put the work into it. Again, as long as I don't have to worry about the engine, everything's good. So hopefully, if you guys were in a short, did anybody get stopped out? I don't know what it is. I think it's they call it tortoise short hair. I don't know. I call her Godiva because she looks like a different, I don't know, chocolate colored. So again, you can see we're dropping from resistance. Did anybody get stopped out? All right, that's good. You're still safe. So if you had your stop at 33,000, that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful. As soon as you set a stop, they'll send it up and stop you out. Trust me, exchanges are crooked as shit. They will stop you out just to, you know, just to take those fees. Coinbase is just as bad. But we are getting rejected from that point. Now we're coming down. See, and you played it safe just a little bit more because, you know, also keep in mind, a lot of people set their stops at even numbers. So sometimes it's good just to go a little over or a little under. So if you think 33,000 safe, you know, 33,200 might be good, or, you know, 33,000 or 29,800. Try not to use even numbers because everybody else uses those. They'll send it up, stop them out, send it down, stop them out. So that was a good call. As long as it continues down. Yeah, I don't know the names for it. Maybe it's multicolored, so I guess so. It's just kind of chocolate colored. The DXY is pushing up. Interesting. But again, guys, don't just go by the Dow. I'm using the Dow to predict that it's possible the markets are topped out. You need to follow all the markets. If the NASDAQ and the S&P is still pushing up, you know, Bitcoin will probably push up too. But I do think, based on my Dow Jones chart, that we are topped out for the Dow, which means if the Dow is ultimately going to start dropping thousands and thousands of points, you know, all the markets move together. So that's why I'm specifically just using the Dow. And that's the same exact chart I used to predict the last crash. So another stream where I told you guys, you know, potential point to short, and it looks like it's playing out. And keep this in mind, if 33,000 is going to be resistance, it's inevitable that we're going to break 32,600. And if that becomes resistance, guys, we are headed down to at least 26,000, down to possibly 20,000. Yeah, well, again, you know, the S&P they move separately, for smaller moves, but if we get a major move, they will move together. If some news comes out or something happens, they'll all move together. Yeah, Jose, Kevin, that's what sucks. You just got to be careful. I mean, you want to set it tight because you don't want to lose more money, but if you set it too tight, you get stopped out. And again, I'm telling you, exchanges, they stop hunt. They know exactly where your stop is. They will send it up. They will send it down. They'll stop you out, and then it'll continue the way it was going to go anyways. It sucks. Yeah, the Dow is pushing up. It held support on the orange ring. But again, remember, a lot can happen between you got almost 4 hours. You got 3 hours and 52 minutes before markets close today. Markets close 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. markets. So anything can happen between now and then. Typically, before markets close, that's when you get big moves. Yes, it is, but Bitcoin isn't regulated. They can do whatever the hell they want. They have wells that buy or sell. Nobody's going to come after them. But it looks like, so far, again, I'm just showing you what's in the charts. I told you to pay attention to D1, C1, H1. That's what I'd be saying on Twitter if I made a tweet. I would say that would be the point you would short. If we stay below that, that is bearish. And I'm also telling you, if we break 32,600 and that becomes resistance, we are headed down to the orange ring on the G1 chart, and I will buy when we make contact. And thank you, Zarin. I appreciate that. Amazing how accurate your charts are. Thanks for everything, Steve. Thank you very much, guys. A lot of you give me a lot of positive feedback on my charts. I really appreciate it. I hope I'm helping you guys out. Well, Bitfinex is owned by iFinex, which owns Tether. They're all connected. But yeah, guys, I give you charts that, again, it's always a gamble. It could push right above that resistance, but at least we know that is a point to watch. If you're at a resistance level and 3 charts show that's resistance, then you know what? It's probably safer to put a short there. If you push above it and hold support, it's probably safe to put a long there. That is the point of the charts. Don't chase a trade. If it's dropping, you're in a short, stay in a short. If you're waiting for a point too long, that's the point of this H1 chart. You come down to 31,900, it'd be point too long. If you come down to right here, your next major support on the C1 chart, if we break this support at 32,600, coincidentally matches completely with this right here, right? 32,600, this is your support right here, 32,600. If that support breaks, where are you headed? Well, if you want to put in a long, it'd be a 30 based on these fib channel lines up here that price has been respecting. So if you come down, you will catch a bounce right here. That would be the point you long. But I guess what I'm getting at, don't chase the trade, let the trade come to you. So you put in a short here, great. Stay in a short as long as you want. When you want to take your profit, take your profit. If you're waiting for a point too long, well, wait till you come down and hit support. And then you long support. And then you decide if you want to ride it all the way up to resistance and take your profit. That is the safer way to trade. I think it's very possible we're going to bounce right down that orange ring. And I think if we do, just going by every time we hit support, it's when that orange ring intersects it. Just so much confluence around the 24th at 20,000. I know people are saying we won't test our all-time high, our previous all-time high, back in 2017. But there's a lot of confluence. I pay attention to it. And that's true. We could just come down, hit that orange ring, which would be around 26,000, maybe 25,000, and then we push up from there. But I do know I'll buy at that orange ring, and I know if we drop down to 20K, I'll be buying at 20K. If we drop down to 30K, I'll buy there for a bounce. That's how I play it. Buy support, sell resistance. What's up, Dredge Hole? Did you get my message on Discord about Von Bon? He said he was trying to get in touch with you and he couldn't. Okay. Well, yeah, get in touch with him to get a chance. He want to talk to you about something. By the way, bad storm coming. We're getting Emma. Emma's going to be passing through today, so might be some wind and some rain. But guys, 32,961 seems to be our resistance. Again, you know, as long as we're below that, continue to remain bearish. If we drop below 32,600, I would get very bearish. Sorry, Steve. How do I get added back to the Discord again? Shoot me an email. Listen, if anybody is subscribed and you are not currently in our Discord or follow me on Twitter, you need to be. So make sure that if you are subscribed and have an active account, contact me through the contact page. My email address is there. Rebel Doc, love your charts, bro. Very accurate, and thank you, Steve. Thank you. Yep. Kitty. All she wants is greenies all day long. Alright guys, be right back. Let's see what goes on. We got 45 minutes to the next 1 hour candle on the D1 chart. So far holding as resistance on 3 charts. And remember, if we break this support right here, so yes, this is a macro support going way back since the beginning of Bitcoin, this green line at 32,600. It's no coincidence that this white line right here is our support, and that is also 32,600. So if we break this support and this becomes resistance, we are headed down to 30K. That means we're already below this major support level here, which is super, super bearish for Bitcoin. And the cat totally agrees. Thank you, Kitty. That is my goal, guys. That is what I do. I try to tell you when to get in, when to get out, or if you like to short or long, when to long and when to short. But just remember, we are stuck between two key resistance and support levels, all right? Remember 30,000, 29,000 to 39. Look, a straight drop would be 29,800, probably not going to happen. And your next support level to watch is 30,000 and up. It's possible 30,000 to 31,000. I guess what I'm trying to show you here on the C1 chart. Your support, if this breaks 32,652, right on par with this green line on the G1 chart. If we break below this, guys, we're coming down much lower. If we get above 33,000-ish, get bullish. But we'll see how this plays out. But yes, again, and that's why I say confluence. 3 charts, C1, D1, H1, charted different ways, all showed this was resistance. And if you look back, these have all been support and resistance. So that's how you know. Always look left. If you've been respecting, this is a perfect support. Perfect resistance. Perfect resistance. Got resistance 3 times. 3 charts. So that is how you know. You know what? Probably likely to short this point. Who knows? Yeah, I heard he bought a bunch of Bitcoin. But if you got that much money, I guess it doesn't really matter. But it just shows you people with money don't really know what the hell's going on. But guys, that does look bearish. But anything can happen. But I can't tell you your next closest support level on the H1 chart is, it looks like 31,900, 31,800, and then again, according to the C1 chart, and guys, this chart has been very accurate, very accurate. So we know that if we come down, your next support is around 30,000. But again, the fight is on right now. The fight is on between these two support resistance levels, 32,652 and 32,982. Well, let's be more specific here. Either we're going to get above this, and then you might want to get a little bullish for probably 34,000. If we break 32,652, this ship's about to sink. Come on, kid. You go outside? Yeah? No? Last chance. All right. Well, it looks like we are coming down from 33,000. Let me click on this. So again, we're probably going to ride down this ring. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Just ride down it to this next support level. Might catch a bounce. But, you know, your key resistance is holding. What is your deal? But guys, I wish I could let the stream keep running, but I do have to get to work. Again, if you want to keep, look, remember though, these support and resistance levels change. Remember, if we stay underneath this point, you know, when you come over here, this resistance will now be 32,878. So if you have access to the chart, you know what your support resistance levels are, because when you make contact, that's the price over on the right. At current, you know, we're watching 32,959 to potentially 32,639. If that breaks, we're coming down. But look guys, if you do want to sign up and you want to be able to access these charts 24/7, they play out live. Just click the link and they load up. This is where you can sign up, and if you do sign up, if you want to follow me on Twitter and get access to our Discord, you have to email me through the contact page. That is right here. My email address is there. Make sure you email me. I'm going to recap this, and I'm just going to tell you what I'm paying attention to. I do think markets are topped out just by the Dow. If the Dow pushes above this yellow line, I was wrong, and markets can continue up. But as long as they're below this yellow line, I think that potentially the Dow has some downside. So again, I think the markets might be topped out. I could be wrong about that. Either way, as far as Bitcoin's concerned, if we get above 33,000, I would get bullish for some more upside, at least to 34,370. A lot of charts show that. The F1 chart shows 34,300. The C1 chart shows 34,370. The D1 chart shows 34,000. So again, that's what I'm saying. If you're looking for the next point to put in a short, if we get above 33,000, you know, long up to 34,000, but I would short 34,000 because I think we will get rejected there before we push above it. And also, again, if we break 32,600, we'll be breaking a key support level on the G1 chart right here. This is a very important support level. You can see we've held above it. Support, 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 perfect support. We're holding support right now. So if we hold this, we could push higher. So if you're bullish on Bitcoin, this is where you want to buy, especially if you get above 33,000. If we break this and this becomes resistance, again, I think we are headed down. We've been respecting this orange ring going way back. I will buy when we make contact with this orange ring to catch a bounce. But I do think it is possible, again, and I explained this before, every time we make contact with a support level, it is when when this orange ring intersects it. So this is that top resistance level we intersected right here. And then the next time we make contact with our next major support level was when the orange ring intersected it. When we made contact with the next support level was when the orange ring intersected it. So what I'm saying is it's very possible if we continue down, the next point that we contact is right here, and that is around July 21st to the July 24th, and that also coincides with our previous high in 2017. Do we have to go that low? No, but it is a target to watch. You can pay with crypto, but only for lifetime. So if you want to pay with crypto, it's $2.99. You get access to everything. I'm not going to do monthly with crypto. It's too much work, too much of a hassle. I'm not going to do it. If you just want to get access monthly, you got to pay with PayPal or credit card through PayPal. But if you want to go $2.99 and get access to everything for life, you know, tutorial stocks, Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter, I will accept crypto for that. Only that way. Otherwise, you got to go through the website. And again, subscribe link is right here. If you want to contact me, if you have any questions about the charts or subscribing, or if you want to, you know, pay with crypto, this is just if you want to sign up. If you want to contact me, my email address is here. Just copy and paste it in whatever email you use and send me an email. I hate killing the stream because it looks like we're on the cusp of something happening. I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter, which charts I'm watching, and of course in Discord. So guys, I'll see you there. I got to kill the stream, get to work, and get my car. I'm out. Trade safe, trade smart. Don't be stupid. Peace. Thank you guys.